Hey guys, Veebat here with another V-Plays, taking a look at the RB-17. I mentioned it in the IL-2T video that I got this thing, and it makes money, and as we all know,
Show me what you can do,
feedback goes
pilots.
low.
Let's
So
roll.
here we go. This has got the same crew on it that I have on the IL-2T, and this is one of the reasons that they're so spec'd out at this moment. This thing gets 60 seconds of boost, and it's got 4 jet engines, so in a dive, look at that speed. Well over 500 miles an hour. Granted, it's a dive, but this adds some unique challenges as well. You got to get this rocket base as soon as humanly possible, so good thing I'm quick, right? The problem is you're going really, really fast. Really fast means that it's going to be way harder to gauge where the bomb drop location is. So I actually got to drop now if I want to hit those targets. In fact, and drop it now. And it seems really, really early when you do this. But that's how this works. You drop those really, really early in order for you to really get that damage out. You get a pretty nasty cannon. Oh, that guy's on me. He does not like that I just did that, and he is a player that knows how this works. I got 14 seconds till my bombs come back, and I'm okay that he's chasing me because that means that he's not doing his thing. Is he still on me? I think he is. Oh, no, he changed his mind. He's out. My turn. Coming back in. He's coming in hot. Let's do this quick. Oh, we got it. And that's what we were looking for. Now let's go take it to them. We're going to their base now. See ya. Bye, ground pounder. He's in the IL-10. That's that faster GA I was talking about in the last video that can go much quicker than this thing can. There is another way to do this. You can bomb like this where you can see where the bombs are going to go. We'll try that out just to see how it works. And dropping really early. Slam on the brakes. These are worth way more when it comes to dropping on targets. Yep. And drop again. You can see where those kind of go. They actually go past a little bit. They do drop in a line. There are multiple of these bombs that are dropped. It's a total of 6 per drop, 3 times. Yeah, it even says it down there in the bottom. They are Fab 100s, which means that they're 200-pound bombs. Here's this tail gunner. You get in the gun, and you cause way more damage. Our bombs are going to come back up, and we're going to dive in on the target. This guy can come after me all he wants. I've got a ton of hit points. I got Protection Expert. Yes, he can cause me damage, but I can also cause him damage because he's going to get behind me and apparently crash into a mountain. Okay, cool. There isn't much left over here. We're going to drop on the no kidding targets over here. Bombs out. This is really just preventing them from getting this right now. Too far away. This does have a forward 23mm cannon, and that one in the tail is a 23 as well, so 23mm cannons all day. I'm going to slow down here, maybe line up on these ones. Yeah, that'll work. 23mm cannons, and when you're firing with a tail gunner, it's like an always hit gun. It's going to always hit. Oh, man, you know what? Forget this place. We're going after rocket base again. Can't believe that guy flipped it. Well, I can. His name is Ground Pounder. We can't flip it instantaneously like we could with the dough. With the dough, we could come through and we could crush this entire site in one pass, right? Because you got 8 bombs, and each bomb will essentially destroy a site. But we're also not going that fast. This one is really fast. It's got good guns. I can get to the next target way faster. We did not get that site, did we? No, I think we did? We did? Question mark? Doesn't even know. No. Is that Ground Pounder again? It is. Hey, Ground Pounder. I'm gonna try something crazy here. Bombs, bombs, and bombs. We did not finish that target off. That is definitely Ground Pounder working on us right there. We're getting some separation. And his buddy.
We are losing the military base. There are
This
too
is the tail
many
gunner
enemy
doing his work.
aircraft.
That guy doesn't want to stick around anymore. He's gone. See ya. Ground Pounder's gonna keep messing with me, so we're just gonna leave. Bye, Ground Pounder. I don't even need you. You may go 300 plus, but you can't do what I'm about to do, which is get up high. And our bombs are back, and we're gonna go grab that other site that we were worried about. Now there is something tricky I can do to Ground Pounder. What I can do to Ground Pounder is I can actually drop bombs on Ground Pounder. That is something I mentioned a little while ago, that you have the capability to do some serious damage and work on the enemy by being able to use the blast radius that these things have to be able to cause damage to the enemy. Let's get some altitude and then get on our tail gun. Bye, Herman. Bye, Herman. Ooh, I'm glad I went back off the tail gunner. I was worried that was going to happen. Almost a mountain crash. We're going to drop these bombs, that way we're fully loaded for the next thing we go after. That rear gunner guy is just monstrous. And at this point, what I'm going to say is, for bombers going at low altitude, I think it's going to be a short-lived thing. I did a couple of videos on it. For the time being, it's totally advantageous. But once people start to realize what you're doing and how to counter it, all it takes is paying attention. Ground Pounder was doing it there. Granted, he was not in a heavy attacker or anything like that, but he was focusing on it. That's what should happen. If you see a target that's doing something screwy like this, that's putting himself in harm's way, in order for him to be able to get his bombs on target, punish him for it. And that's the right thing to do. There's this guy again. This is the same guy.
Storm here. Unable to proceed. Return
Slamming
to
on the
base.
brakes.
Do you copy?
Probably not going to live through this. I think that there's probably a mountain in front of me. There is. Oof. But once people start focusing this aircraft properly, then it will mitigate all of the strengths that it had. It will essentially neutralize this threat of a low-altitude bomber. So if you're going to do low-altitude bombing, I suggest you do it now while you can, because eventually you're going to have to go up to high altitude in order to increase your survivability, or you're going to have to start getting sneakier. I'm driving right through the middle of enemy combat. Like, I went right into the thick of it. And I was able to survive because the players really weren't paying attention to it. Now, it looks like Warpath and Ground Pounder, they're aware of how dangerous this tactic can be, so they tried to put an end to it as fast as humanly possible. So, good on them, smart move. Guys, if you ever watch this video, you're doing the right thing. I think that this should be countered because it's stupid. It's stupid how easy it is to do ground attack with a bomber like that. It's just ridiculous. Now, this thing can still drop at altitude and do some significant damage and keep it fairly repeatable, but then he's only going up against one target. He's probably going to miss a few of those bombs. He becomes a force multiplier still, but he's not nearly as devastating as this aircraft is. I mean, just look at the score. If we win this, that'll bump my score up a little bit more. I'll get Winged Legend. Yeah. And there it is, Winged Legend. We got Winged Legend, and all we did was fly around and drop bombs just like we did in the Doe, and it happens just about every time. We also got the Thunder, 400 capture points, the Capture, 450, Doolittle for 400 capture points by destroying ground targets with a bomber. We got the Lang Medal for killing 15 ground targets and winning the battle. I mean, it's all right there. And we only got Grade 2. We could have gotten Grade 1 if we had survived and dropped down a few more targets, which we could have if the 209 wasn't paying attention to us. So good on you, 209, for paying attention, and good on you, Ground Pounder, for kicking me out of that rocket base. Unfortunately, my bots were able to spin it around, but here comes the credits. Let it rain. And I also got 2 tickets, and what I really bought this plane for was that way when I had to do these bombing missions, that I had a tier 8 to do it, since I didn't have a ground attacker to be able to take out ground targets. So this was available, so I bought it. Now, you're talking about credit income. This is going to be, what's the total here? 366,000. That also comes with a premium bonus, so it was 249 clean. And then we also got 100,000 for completing this Taste of Victory mission, and that also gave us 10 tickets. So thank you for that game. When I talked about doing accelerated crew training on the video I did with the XF90, this is what I'm talking about. Look how much experience that gunner got for doing his kills, and look how much experience the pilot got. It all rolled into this. Now normally that would have been split between these two different characters because I got 2 people in the plane, but it moved the aircraft experience over, and I also got a significant amount of experience from the ×2, and the gunner killed planes, which is good. I killed 3 planes in that battle, guys. I also killed 18 ground targets, and I did 79, nearly 80,000 damage in one battle. There's the money. This thing's set up exactly the same as all the other bombers that I showed in my videos. We're using concealment livery, we're using the improved covering for the extra hit points, as well as the reinforced airframe. You could theoretically swap out improved covering for the turret modification, which if you want to see what that is and what it can do, it's under upgrades, Veebat. That would be turret stabilization, which increases the effective range of the turret, so it could fire even further. Let's take a look at the turret. The turret is a 23mm gun. This 23mm gun already goes out to 3,281 feet. That's far. That's a really far gun. It also does 160 damage a second, and it has a really wide field of fire. Really wide, good gun elevation, and really good gun depression. It also has a 23mm at the nose, which is 125 damage, a little bit less range, but it's actually located right underneath the lightning bolt here. You can kind of see the divot in the front of the aircraft, and it can shoot from the front as well, and I have shot down planes with that. I went into, I called it heavy mode, and we had already captured all the zones, and I'm like, all right, time to go heavy mode, and I'd shoot at him with the front gun, and as we passed, I'd hit him with the tail gunner. Mwahaha. So you can do it all in this, and it's just a fun aircraft. You're always going to make money, and that was a massive amount of credits, and you can see I have 3.5 million. That's from playing this thing for, I think I'm on my 2nd or 3rd day of playing this aircraft, and just printing credits. Just give me the money. Same crew skills as we had on the other bombers as well. Obviously, you want demolition expert for the bomb stuff, but for survivability protection expert, and you can see it actually affects, increases the effects of the improved covering, the reinforced airframe, and the concealing livery we have by 40%. It would also offer the same bonus to additional armor plates, but we're not putting all this equipment on here to necessarily protect components on the aircraft. We're putting all of this on here to increase the hit point pool, which brings me to the next point. Nearly 2,000 hit points. 1,942. So, yup. Not too bad. If you guys like the video, like, favorite, comment, subscribe. As always, standard tagline. This is Veebat. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know. See ya.